Hello everyone, welcome back to Xylem, welcome back to the world of English. My name is Nasser Faruddin, Faculty of English, and I will be helping you cover the entire syllabus for your upcoming English examination. And in this particular video, we'll be discussing two important poems from our core textbook, which are A Thing of Beauty and Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. Okay, the first poem we are discussing today is A Thing of Beauty. It is a bit complicated poem, but it's a beautiful poem written by John Keats. John Keats is one of the most famous romantic poets in the history of English literature. John Keats, born in 1795 and passed away in 1821, was a British romantic poet known for his deep imagination and emotional sensitivity. So this deep imagination, emotional sensitivity, all these are, peculiar characteristics of his writing. Though he was trained as a surgeon, Keats chose to dedicate his life completely to poetry. I hope you have understood. His poetic power lies in his ability to perceive the world intensely and express his moods and aspirations through his rich language. Keats had a special gift for delighting readers by turning personal feelings and experience into vivid poetic expressions. So this is an introduction about the poet John Keats, and now let's read the poem in detail. Okay? A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Right? Maybe you can read these lines again, and let's explain the lines. Keats starts by saying that anything truly beautiful, like a flower, a painting, or a moment of love, brings lasting happiness. The joy it gives does not fade quickly and stays in our hearts. The beauty we experience does not disappear. In fact, its charm can grow over time as we remember it. True beauty does not vanish, it continues to have an effect on us. A bower is a calm, peaceful place. Keats means that beauty provides a place of rest and peace for our minds. Okay? And beauty gives us comfort, pleasant dreams, and good health and calmness. In simple terms, beauty helps our mind and soul feel peaceful and happy. So this is an elaborated explanation of the lines we have discussed. And therefore, on every morrow, means tomorrow, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and our darkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Okay? Then Keats says that every day we try to find and appreciate beauty in life, wreathing a flowery band. Means we are making a kind of garland or decoration with beauty. This act of noticing beauty keeps us connected to life and the world around us. Keats acknowledges the problems of the world. Life is full of sadness, cruelty, and lack of goodness. Despondence means deep sadness, inhuman dearth of noble natures, refers to the scarcity of kind and moral people, and gloomy days and unhealthy and over darkened ways describe difficult times and bad paths in life. Even though life has many challenges, people keep looking for beauty. Despite all sadness and darkness in life, beauty has the power to lift our spirits. Moves away the pall means it removes the darkness or sadness from our hearts. Keats is saying that beauty can heal us and bring hope even in the worst times. And such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon, for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in and clear rills, that for themselves a cooling covert make. Gains the hot season, the mid-forest brake, rich with sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. Okay, then what does that mean? What does it mean? Keats gives examples of natural beauty. The sun and the moon are beautiful and constant in the sky. Trees, both old and young, provide shade, which is a kind of gift, that it is what it is meant by shady boon. For even the simplest creatures like sheep, the idea is that nature gives freely, offering comfort and pleasure to all living things. Daffodils are flowers that add beauty to the green fields where they grow. Clear rills are small, streams which create their own shaded spot, cooling covered, to stay cool in the summer. Keats is showing that beauty is everywhere in nature, in flowers, streams, and the surroundings. The mid-forest brake is a dense part of the forest. It is full of small, delicate musk rose flowers, which add charm and fragrance. Even in the quiet, hidden parts of the forest, beauty exists and brings delight. And such too, and these are the last part of the poem. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heaven's brink. What does that mean? Keats moves from natural beauty to the beauty of human imagination and thought. The grandeur of the dooms refers to the impressive visions of the afterlife or fate that we imagine for great people who have died. And in other words, even our thoughts about heroes or famous figures and the respect we give them after death have a kind of beauty. Keats includes stories, myths, and poems we enjoy. Beautiful tales, whether read in books or told by word of mouth, inspire our imagination and bring joy. These stories are another form of lasting beauty, similar to the beauty found in nature. Keats compares beauty in stories and imaginations to an endless fountain that gives immortal drink, meaning endless joy and nourishment for the soul. From the heavens, brink suggests that this source of beauty feels divine or limitless, as if coming from the edge of the sky itself. Beauty, whether in nature, tales, or imagination, refreshes and inspires us forever. People, this is a complicated poem. Okay, I suggest you to read the notes after you finish, watching the video, because this is not that kind of a poem which you can easily understand and interpret. But the next poem is one among those poems. It's a very simple poem on Jennifer's Tigers, written by Adrienne Rich. Adrienne Rich, born in 1929 and passed away in 2012, was born in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. She is widely known for her involvement in the contemporary women's movement as a poet and theorist. She has published 19 volumes of poetry, 3 collections of essays, and other writings. A strong resistance to racism and militarism echoes through her work. And the poem on Jennifer's Tiger, this is important, addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. This is the central idea of the poem, and it's a very small poem, 3 stanzas, 12 lines. Here we go. On Jennifer's Tigers prance across a screen. Bright topaz, denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. What does that mean? In these lines of On Jennifer's Tigers, the poet talks about the tigers that Aunt Jennifer has made on her tapestry. The tigers prance across a screen, which means they move happily and confidently. They are bright topaz denizens of a world of green, showing the bright golden color in a green background. And these tigers are not afraid of the men beneath the tree and walk with sleek, chivalric certainty, meaning they are strong, graceful, and chivalric certainty means they are fearless. The poet uses the tigers to show a big difference. They are free and bold, while Aunt Jennifer herself is trapped and controlled in her life, and she can only show bravery and freedom through her art. And Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. These are very important lines. These lines show how Aunt Jennifer struggles with her daily life and her marriage. Her fingers flutter through her wool, but even the needle made of ivory is hard for her to pull, showing that she is weak or tense. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily on her band, symbolizing the burden of her marriage and the control her husband has over her. The poet uses these images to show that Aunt Jennifer is, trapped and weighed down, unlike the free and bold tigers she creates in her art. And the last stanza. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie. She still ringed with ordeal she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. After Aunt Jennifer dies, her hands will stay still, showing all the fear and problems she faced in life. Her wedding ring reminds us of the heavy burden she carried, but the tigers she made in her tapestry will keep prancing, proud and fearless. This shows that even though Aunt Jennifer could not be free in her life, the courage and boldness she created in her art will last forever. So that's all about the poem, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have understood, and I have also prepared a chapter test based on the two poems we have studied, and you can check the description box for the chapter test. And thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.